Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. You see, there's always little minor speed bumps. Investing is never smooth. The chart never goes like this. It goes like this. And because the macro environment is starting to change again, it's causing me to become very bullish yet again into where this company NIO is going. We see no matter what Ursula von der Leyen over there in Europe was trying to do to protect her oil family that she married into, Renault is talking about going back into Russia. Yes, you heard that right. A lot of companies pulled out of Russia when Putin said he will not stand for missiles on his border, apart from other things that caused the war in Ukraine. Now a peace deal is nearing very soon, and European companies, starting with Renault, is planning to go back into Russia. Whilst all this is happening, we all knew that Germany was one of the European countries that was not going along with the tariffs. They were not in agreement with tariffs against the Chinese auto industry. And CATL has built a battery factory over there in Germany. And we're going to see more cooperation going. Well, take a look at this video, guys. To set the stage for this video, take a look.
China's CATL, the world's largest battery supplier, has set up shop in the German state of Thüringen.
Why did CATL decide to invest here in Germany?
Yes, battery making business is something that you do very close with your customers. It's an eye-to-eye thing.
Right.
And it's important to have the short supply chains in the long term. We have had our first cooperation here in Germany starting in 2012. And then we decided to come here and start producing batteries in Germany and in Europe in 2018.
Batteries account for around 40% of the price of an electric vehicle. Local production will cut costs and reduce transportation emissions. It also brings more jobs.
We're bringing a lot of new know-how here into the region. Battery manufacturing is still quite a new subject in Europe. And that also comes with some added benefits. We're also helping train people on the ground for future generations of battery production here on site.
EV technology is key to the decarbonation of road transport. But with not enough European battery producers to satisfy demand, Germany and other EU countries appear to be open to Chinese investment.
This plant aims to build hundreds of thousands of EV batteries for electric vehicles across the continent and beyond, which will go to help the European Union's growing electric vehicle manufacturing industry, which has long relied on batteries from China that are now subject to EU tariffs.
Many in Germany view these EU tariffs as detrimental, but some argue that the tariffs now incentivize more Chinese investment in building European production centers, like this one in Thüringen.
All right, guys, welcome back. So it's getting very interesting, and it's getting very yummy for the tummy. The minor speed bumps are starting to disappear. Because guess what happened yet again? We all know that NIO is heavily backed by the government because the government in China backs their most innovative, profitable, but also most innovative companies and startups and helps them when they see huge potential. And I've said that before, unlike in the West, we wait here in America until companies fail. Well, that's changing now with the Orange Lion, but when the companies do things that will cause them to fail, like hire people based on skin color, gender, affiliation, etc., those companies are not going to survive. So as they fail, the government had a habit of giving them huge bailouts. Now we're trying to do exactly what China is doing by supporting the companies that deserve being supported. Well, China has always done that. And it has happened yet again. NIO executive named first chair of new working group to promote China-EU Auto Cooperation. You heard that right. This is a governmental position. The China Chamber of Commerce to the EU has set up an automotive working group. The China Chamber of Commerce to the EU has set up an automotive working group, and NIO's Vice President for Europe, Zhang Hui, has been appointed as the group's first chairman. You see, I always knew that this is the company that's going to make me a millionaire. I always knew that. NIO has a lot of employees in Germany as well that helps with the design and technology, just like they do in Silicon Valley here in America, just like they do in China. It's a very close partnership. In fact, we teamed up with ZF, a company in Germany. That's the company that we had teamed up with that is making our steer-by-wire. Yes. So when you steer, there's nothing connecting the steering wheel, but it rather sends a signal. So I see in the very near future things starting to change again in Europe. And I said that these things were going to happen with the Orange Line coming to office. Policies are going to change. Companies in the automotive supply chain has been calling for such a group since the EU launched an anti-subsidy probe into Chinese EVs. A new working group to promote China-EU cooperation in the automotive industry has been formed, and a NIO Europe executive will play a key role in it. The China Chamber of Commerce to the EU announced the establishment of the Automotive Working Group on February 18th during the China, Portugal, and China-EU cooperation development to strengthen cooperation between Chinese and European automakers, according to a Xinhua report yesterday. NIO Europe Vice President Zhang Hui was appointed by the CCC-EU as the first chairman of the Automotive Working Group, according to the report. And this is huge, guys. This is huge. The working group will work to establish a platform for communication and collaboration between Chinese automakers in Europe, protect and promote their interests in Europe, and strengthen the ties between them and local partners, Zhang said. So it will be a win-win situation, and they're going to show how this cooperation will be a win-win for both parties. The working group will be an important platform for Chinese automakers to voice their concerns, facilitate communication, and strengthen cooperation, both internally and externally in Europe, Zhang said at the group's inauguration ceremony, according to the report of Global Times. Separately, Zhang shared the development on LinkedIn on Wednesday. Yesterday marked an important step in fostering, this is what he said, yesterday marked an important step in fostering deep collaboration between China and Europe's automotive industries, the official establishment of the China Chamber of Commerce to the EU Automotive Working Group, with NIO becoming president of this initiative. Zhang said that this is the second automotive working group he has helped establish. This is the second time he has done this, and the fourth specialized working group under the CCC-EU. This platform will help address the challenges arising from the global shift towards electrification on automated driving, which we are the leader. The automotive industry is highly globalized, yet market access is becoming increasingly complex due to geopolitical tensions, evolving trade policies, and stricter EU regulations, he said on LinkedIn. With China producing 31 million vehicles in 2024, you heard that right, guys, 31 million vehicles in 2024, and Europe remaining a hub, and R&D and talent closer collaboration is key, Zhang said. The CCC-EU noted that companies in the automotive supply chain have been calling for the creation of such a working group since the EU launched its anti-subsidy probe into Chinese electric vehicles, hoping that it would be able to convey their voices and better support the companies involved in the European market, according to the Global Times. It's getting better, and it will get better. I told you guys, this is our year. From March, this is why this is why UBS Group bought in over 14 million just recently. And because they understand, they see the economic tides, they see the macro environment changing. With Trump in office, a lot of things are going to change. For some people it would be worse, for some people it would be better. We have to understand and see through the fog, how will it affect us? The establishment of the new working group will better help Chinese companies do business in the EU market, Wang Yiwei, director of the EU Research Center at the Renmin University of China, told Global Times on Wednesday. It may also play a role in facilitating dialogue between the two sides over the proper resolution of the EU's additional tariffs on China-made EVs, Wang said. The European Commission launched an anti-subsidy investigation, as we all know, and they have imposed tariffs and what have you. The additional tariffs are on top of the original 10% that came into effect on October 30th last year. So now we see that we always knew that NIO has heavy governmental support. Now we are on the board and we are leading the talks. So I said it that when the Orange Line come into office, he has to be careful he doesn't push Europe back into China and the rest of the world, and that's exactly what's happening. But we will start seeing free trade open up again with these countries and with China, creating a perfect environment for us. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational yet again. If so, guys, do not forget that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the game is played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.